welcome back to Mario Days of Hog. History games. For some reason, you came back. Probably because you saw Mario. Or Mario. Mario. Please watch the first one. Maybe this will make sense. It won't. But let's watch them in order, kids.
Mario!
So today we're going to talk about one of the less talked about Mario games. The Lost Levels.
Here we go!
So, The Lost Levels was actually the first sequel to a Mario game. It actually only released in Japan. But we'll get into that later. So, this game was pretty much the same as the first one. But they added a few things. And they took away a few things. There's no two-player mode. But you can play as Luigi. Why would you not want to play as Luigi? And Luigi has a better jump. So, suck it, Mario. Also, as a bonus, there's no story. Story does not exist in this game. It's just like, hey, the same thing from the first one happened, so let's do that again, okay? Princess got kidnapped, Bowser, bed, blah, same thing. Same exact thing. Same thing. God, that ring light is so bright. Holy shit. So you go through 32 levels across 8 worlds, and even 5 bonus worlds, oh my god. Which have about 4 levels apiece. That's a lot of levels you're looking at. So, there's also a bonus World 9. But, you have to play through the game and not use a warp zone. They also have warp tunnels in this game. So, you get to skip ahead. But they also added negative warps. So, they will actually warp you back in the game, so you have to replay levels. Yes. Devious. Very devious. They added a poison mushroom, which you take damage instead of get life. I know. I was surprised too. They also added invisible blocks, which later became called Kaizo blocks, but we get into that. They added gusts of wind, so you'd be mid-jump, and you get a gust, and it changes your fucking flight pattern. What? Alright, let's get into the development of this monster. They made a coin-operated Mario game. I'm just gonna keep saying it wrong to piss people off. In Japan, and they made the levels crazy difficult, obviously, because they want people to pump the monies in there, okay? Like all arcade games, where like you're playing a shooting game, and you're like House of the Dead, and you're shooting, reload, and then you reload, but then the guys pop out and attack you instantly, and there's nothing you can do about it, unless you know they're gonna pop out, and you're shooting that corner. Really obscure reference, not for everyone, but it's, the guy pops out and takes like this much of your life bar, and you're like, oh, I have this much left, great, thanks dad, appreciate it, I need more quarters. Yeah, it's to get more money. God, those games were fun. Anyway, not important. This is Mario. So, while they were working on that, they experimented with more challenging level designs. They wanted to make it for like the hardcore Mario player that like mastered the game and was like, I got this, I'm ready for more, the game is too easy for me. So they did. So they experimented with like long jumps. They had the invisible blocks. It was like, wow, what a dick move, dude. The wind, which is totally changes your life in a bad way. And they thought the fans would enjoy it too, which I mean, I'm sure the super hardcore did. And later, when they made this game for consoles, they used many ideas and just pulled some levels from the arcade game and put it in the actual home console version. So you can play it at home! It was released in Japan for the Family Computer Disk System in 1986, titled as Super Mario Bros. 2. This was the original 2! Takashi Tezuka actually led development in this one. It was his first like lead development role, which, congrats, moving up in the world. And he thought the players would like the challenge. Yes and no. They were even aware that the game is extremely difficult compared to the first one, so they put on the actual box 4 super players. So you have to be super to play this game, damn it. Even the commercials for this game featured people failing and getting mad at the game. They were so aware that they put in their goddamn commercials. Let's play a commercial.
Super Mario Bros. 2はさすがディスクで面白い。下手くそ。
Wow. And when it was actually going to release outside of Japan, Nintendo of America was like, no fucking way. This game is way too hard. No one's gonna like this. No dice. Okay? Okay, guys? They did something different for Mario 2 in US, as we know. But don't worry, that's literally the next episode. This version of the game was not released in North America until 1993 for Super Nintendo on Super Mario All-Stars. It's this game, but the American version. You could also unlock this in Super Mario Deluxe for the Game Boy, Yeah, unlockable bonus of one of the hardest Marios ever. Yeah. So the edited or uncut, whatever you're gonna call it, Lost Levels was released 2007 on the Virtual Console. And boy, people were not having it. The game sold 2.5 million copies, and it's viewed as a direct expansion of the first one because it's like the same engine, same crap, just some extra bonus craps. You know, like an expansion. Outside of Japan, the reviews for the game, for the Virtual Console like re-release, was not very great. It got about a 6.5 to 8 out of 10, and those were like the highs. People did not like a challenge. It was called Unfair. Also, it replaced accessible level design with a tough obstacle course instead. And on the other side, people were like, no, not many people, but like probably one person was like, it was a sequel that taught patience, and it was clever. My actual favorite thing about this game is because of the difficulty. Later on, it became like something people would speedrun because it was so ridiculously challenging. And then the next step of that is people started modding Super Mario World into these crazy ass levels. The number one, which I actually played through, and oh my god, it took a summer and about 1 billion save state on an emulator to beat it because it's ridiculous. Kaizo Mario World, it was amazing. Please do yourself a favor, search on YouTube Kaizo Mario World by Grand Pooh Bear, and holy shit. Or you can look for Dram, because I think he has a deathless run, and that's insane. DRAM. And then Grand Pooh Bears. You know how to spell Pooh Bear. They are excellent. The Kaizo Mario Worlds are so good. They even have a sequel, Kaizo Mario 2, and then Mario 3. And they are insane, with like split-second precision maneuvers that you have to do non-stop through the entire level. It's absolutely bananas. It took me an entire summer. That was not fun. I mean, I loved it. It was great. You die a lot. Like, you have infinite lives because you need it. So, if it's something that you're interested in, search it up. Because I find them fascinating. Because holy crap. But I mean, at least take a peek. They're really good. They're also batshit insane. So, fun. I personally love that this game exists. Even though it's like, it's not my favorite Mario game. Or Mario game. It was the first time this series was ever like truly challenging. I always felt Mario games were kind of easy, but I mean, I get it. They were supposed to be accessible. A difficult game is not accessible. I get it. It's not fun for people that aren't like hardcore, if you want to even say hardcore. But I mean, even being as advertised as like 4 Super Mario players, super players of Mario. It was also a great move to not release it outside of Japan at the time, because the series was starting to get like a lot of traction here. What would not help is, the next one, let's make it super dumb difficult so no one likes it. All the kids that were like, wow, Mario is my favorite, I love Mario. And it just kicks your ass up and down, World 1-1. Yeah, that would not be fun for kids. I mean, I think it's funny, but a lot of people are crybabies, so. Especially in video games, too. It's a fucking game. Calm down. Great move not releasing it in America, because a lot of American gamers are a bunch of crybabies. And yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking about you. Yeah, I'm looking at you, too. You're a crybaby. This game's too difficult. We should make all games easy as hell, so everything's boring. Yeah, great.
You're a bunch of crybabies. Yeah, it's not for everyone, but nothing in this world is. Okay, so go get some tissues, don't forget your bonnet, and go back to your games for babies. And don't forget to have mommy change your diaper, so you don't get a rash.
That's this episode of Hog. Have you played this game? Have you ever heard of Lost Levels? Have you finished it? I beat it once. That's it. Have you ever heard of the Kaizo Mario games? Have you watched a speedrun of it? Does anyone know what AGDQ or SGDQ is? Let me know. I'm curious. Let's talk about it. Add me. Don't leave your bonnet at home, and I will see you jerks and you
Babies.
later. Bye. Wait.